Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my top 10 E3 2019 trailers. So this is a new countdown video because we just had E3, or the Electronic Entertainment Expo, which, if you don't know, is the biggest gaming convention in the world. It is often used by developers to showcase new games, new hardware, new software, new tech, and all of that kind of jazz. And every year they have a plethora of great trailers for upcoming games, or even some games that are already out. Um, in terms of like new DLC, new modes, yada yada yada. And I am a big watcher every year. I love to see what they announce. And so every year I also determine what are my 10 favorite trailers from the entirety of E3. And this counts for every conference that was announced. There can be multiple trailers per game at the conferences. Keep that in mind. So if there are multiple trailers for the same game, it doesn't matter. Any and all trailers count. That means if there's like 3 trailers for one game, they can all appear on this list if they happen to be good. So how do I qualify what makes a good trailer? Well, it's mostly just entertainment factor for me. Um, if the trailer is entertaining and gets me hyped for the game, or is just that exciting to watch, then it's a good trailer in my eyes. Even if the game isn't something I probably will end up playing, it doesn't matter. My thoughts on the game itself do not matter. It's all about the trailer. And in this situation, because of it being such a big thing, we do have some honorable mentions I want to go over real quick. These are ones that didn't make the top 10 for certain reasons, mostly just being beaten out. Because there were a lot of good trailers this year, and a lot that I really wish I could have put on the list, but just couldn't make it. We are going to be talking about 5 specific ones. So first off, we have the newest trailer for Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Now, it's true I haven't yet gotten through Ori and the Blind Forest. I am still doing that. But Will of the Wisps, I believe, was first announced last year at E3. And the trailer this year ended up being pretty damn good itself. It showed a lot of good gameplay stuff, this creepy-ass giant spider, and it really made it look much more epic than at least where I'm at in the Blind Forest. The second honorable mention is Way to the Woods. Now, this apparently seems to be a game where you're playing as a couple of deer, specifically, I presume, a parent and a child, and you're going through what appears to be some kind of post-apocalyptic world almost, or some like abandoned cityscape or something. And based on the title, I assume you're trying to find your way to the woods, or I guess back home, basically. It looks very Miyazaki-like. Like if you've ever seen Studio Ghibli films, Miyazaki's amazing works, you'll know what I mean by that. Watch the trailer for Way to the Woods. It has that great Studio Ghibli Miyazaki feel to it, and that's what hooked me. It feels magical, and I can't wait to see what it's about. The third honorable mention is Elden Ring, which is a new game that is being worked on by George R.R. Martin, of all people. Um, it's apparently just a high fantasy game, which looks cool and exciting. Not much else to talk about there because we didn't get a lot with it, but it looks really interesting, and it's definitely something I want to know more about. The fourth honorable mention is Cadence of Hyrule, which is a crossover with another game I cannot remember the name of at the moment. But it's Legend of Zelda crossing over with that, and basically you play as like either the main character of the normal game or Link or Zelda, and you have to like defeat monsters and solve puzzles and stuff by moving and attacking to the beat of the music. And it looks really cool, it looks really fun. The trailer made it definitely seem very dynamic and exciting. Um, and as a big Legend of Zelda fan, yeah, I definitely am hyped for it. But then we have our final honorable mention, and that is Pokemon Sword and Shield, the Nessa reveal. Now, I know it wasn't technically called that, but the Nintendo Direct this year did show a small bit of footage for Sword and Shield, specifically to talk about how it's going to be shown as the basically demo version at E3. And the big thing they showed was another one of the gym leaders, another new character for the game, Nessa. She is a water type gym leader, and she is honestly just gorgeous. Like seriously, it's like first first the professor's assistant whose name is escaping me at the moment. And now Nessa. It's like, geez, you just all of the waifus. All of the waifus. um but yeah, it's like the only reason for this one it was only an honorable mention is obviously because it was very, very little, and I wouldn't even really fully count it as a trailer. It was more of a sneak peek, more of a teaser than anything. But then we get into our top 10, and I'm not going to talk about that here. Um, Rather, I am going to link you down in the description below to a video that is going to show clips from each of the trailers in the top 10. Um, my reasons for choosing all of these in the order that they're in are simply because, again, I found them exciting. I found them hype inducing, interesting, or just really, really fun. All of these kinds of reasons and more, basically, are why I chose these 10 in this order. If you want any specifics on my thoughts on any of them, feel free to ask. Like, ask in the comments below, and I'll give you any kind of information on my thoughts on any of these that you want. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the list. So until next time, I'm Connie, and yeah, see you next time. Till then.